Attention passionate Kansas City CHIFS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Kansas City Chiefs' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Kansas City Chiefs fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Kansas City CHIFS FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you already know that the AFC West is heating up in a way we haven't seen in years. The Chiefs, of course, remain one of the most exciting teams in the league. But even with their current roster, there's a lot of buzz about how they're positioning themselves for the future. And one of the biggest stories, which has been making waves across the NFL community, is the recent trade involving Kmaet, the Chicago Bears tight end, and how that could significantly impact the Chiefs' plans moving forward. This isn't just about adding a player, it's about strategic planning, about the Chiefs making a calculated move to stay atop the division and continue their Super Bowl aspirations. Let's start by taking a deeper look into the current state of the Chiefs. As of 2025, Kansas City is still riding high on the success of their recent Super Bowl victories, especially that thrilling win in 2023, when Patrick Mahomes truly cemented his legacy as one of the greatest quarterbacks of this generation. But as every NFL team knows, success isn't just about what happens today, it's about planning for tomorrow. The Chiefs, under the leadership of GM Brett Veach and head coach Andy Reid, have been exceptional at balancing that delicate act of winning now while building for the future. And yet, there's an undeniable truth that every team faces: the aging of key players. Travis Kelce, the heart and soul of the Chiefs' offense, is still here for 2025, but beyond that, his future remains uncertain. Kelce, in his early 30s now, has defied father time for many seasons, but every NFL player's career eventually hits a crossroads, and the Chiefs know they need a plan B, a contingency for when Kelce eventually hangs up his cleats. His impact on the offense is undeniable. He's been Mahomes' go-to target for years, the security blanket on third downs, the clutch performer in the playoffs. The Kansas City offense, which often looks unstoppable, heavily relies on Kelce's presence. Now, imagine a scenario where Kelce isn't on the field anymore, or even if he is, he's no longer the dominant force he's been in recent seasons. That would create a massive gap, a void that could be difficult to fill overnight. So, the Chiefs are wisely making strategic moves now, trying to identify and acquire a talented tight end who can step into that role and keep the team competitive. And that's where Kmaet comes into the picture. So, who exactly is Kmaet? Well, he's been a steadily improving tight end for the Chicago Bears since he entered the league. Drafted in 2020 out of Notre Dame, Kmaet has shown flashes of brilliance, and even though his numbers haven't been astronomical, they're solid and trending upward. In his 5 NFL seasons, he's accumulated over 600 receiving yards and nearly 20 touchdowns. That's impressive for a player still in his mid-20s, and especially considering the Bears' inconsistent quarterback situation over the years. Kmaet's productivity has been quite respectable. Back in 2023, Kmaet signed a 4-year, $50 million extension with the Bears, showing the team's confidence in his potential. But as with many contracts in the NFL, the expectations were high, and in 2024, his production fell short of those expectations. He finished the season with just 474 yards and 4 touchdowns over 47 receptions. That kind of dip raises questions. Is he a player on the rise or a player whose best days are behind him? For the Bears, who are currently in a bit of a rebuild mode, especially after drafting a promising rookie tight end, Colston Loveland, in the first round of the 2025 draft, Kmaet's role is coming under scrutiny. Loveland, with his impressive athleticism and potential, is seen as a future star, which could mean Kmaet's days in Chicago are numbered. This is where the trade rumors start to heat up. The Bears are in a position where they might be willing to move Kmaet if the right offer comes along. And for the Chiefs, that offer is very tempting. Kansas City has always valued versatile tight ends, guys who can block, catch, and create mismatches. Kelce does all of that at an elite level, but Kmaet, with his receiving skills and size, could be an excellent complement to Kels while also serving as a potential heir apparent. Now, let's take a moment to analyze Kmaet's playing style and how he might fit into the Chiefs' offensive scheme. He's a big, reliable target with soft hands and an ability to find soft spots in zone coverage. He's not Kels level in terms of route running or athleticism, but he's a natural receiver who can line up in multiple spots, create mismatches, and help Mahomes extend plays. His route tree has expanded over the years, and he's shown a knack for gaining yards after the catch, which is crucial in today's NFL, where yards after the catch often determine the success of an offense. And here's the thing, the Chiefs are famous for their innovative offensive schemes, led by Andy Reid. They love using two tight end sets, creating confusion for defenses and opening up space for their playmakers. Having Kmaet in that mix this season would give Mahomes a reliable young target to work with, especially in critical situations. Plus, with Kels still around, Kmaet wouldn't be asked to shoulder the entire load immediately. Instead, he'd be eased into the offense, learning from one of the best tight ends in NFL history, which could accelerate his development. From a strategic point of view, acquiring Kmaet makes a lot of sense for Kansas City. It's not just about replacing Kels someday. It's about maintaining offensive versatility and keeping defenses on their toes. The Chiefs' offense is already one of the most explosive in the league, but adding a player like Kmaet can make it even more dangerous. Think about how defenses would have to prepare for multiple tight end sets, not knowing which one is going to be the primary target in a given play. It's about creating mismatches, about keeping defenses guessing, and about maintaining that offensive edge that has defined the Chiefs' success in recent years. Of course, this move also signals something about the Chiefs' mindset. They're not resting on their laurels. They realize that to stay at the top, they need to make bold moves, even if it involves trading away some draft capital or taking a calculated risk on a player who's still developing. It's the same philosophy that helped them land Mahomes, acquire proven veterans, and build a roster that's capable of contending for championships year after year. Well, let's talk about the AFC West's overall landscape, because this trade could have ripple effects beyond just the Chiefs. The division has been competitive for years, with the Los Angeles Chargers, Denver Broncos, and Las Vegas Raiders all making moves to improve their rosters. But the Chiefs have consistently been the team to beat, thanks to their talent, coaching, and culture. If they succeed in acquiring Kmaet, that could further widen the gap, making the division even tougher for their rivals to catch up. It's about maintaining that edge, about reinforcing the team's core, and about signaling to everyone that the Chiefs aren't just content with past glories, they're still hungry for more. And let's not forget the fans. Chiefs Kingdom is always eager for fresh news, new signings, and exciting developments. The possibility of seeing Kmaet in red and gold, lining up next to Mahomes and the rest of the offense, has fans buzzing. It's a move that could energize the entire fanbase, reignite the excitement around the team, and set the stage for another deep playoff run. The Chiefs have a roster full of talent, but every champion knows that sometimes, a single addition can make all the difference. In terms of the upcoming season, there's a lot to look forward to. Kels is still here, still dominant, but the team is wisely preparing for the future. Mahomes, of course, remains one of the league's most electrifying quarterbacks, capable of turning any play into a highlight. The defense, led by stars like Chris Jones and a rising secondary, is poised to be among the best in the league. The offensive line, which has been a strength, continues to protect Mahomes and open running lanes. The addition of Kmaet could give them that extra edge, that extra dimension that could push them over the top in close games and playoff battles. But let's keep it real, nothing is set in stone. The NFL is unpredictable, and trades are complicated. The Bears might decide to keep Kmaet if the price isn't right, or other teams could jump into the mix. But the fact that this rumor is gaining traction speaks volumes about how strategic the Chiefs are being right now. They're actively looking to reinforce their roster for the long haul, not just for this season, but for the next few years. So, as Chiefs fans, what should we be thinking? Well, first, we should be excited about the potential of adding a talented young tight end who can grow alongside Mahomes and the offense. Second, we should appreciate the team's dedication to sustaining excellence, making bold decisions, and always staying one step ahead of their rivals. And third, we should be ready for what's coming, another season full of high-powered offense, clutch plays, and hopefully another shot at that ultimate goal, the Super Bowl. This trade, if it comes to fruition, could be a game changer. It's a move that signifies the Chiefs' relentless pursuit of greatness, their willingness to adapt, and their understanding that every championship team must evolve. It's about building a future-proof roster without sacrificing their current championship window. And in the NFL, where injuries, unexpected slumps, and incredible comebacks are part of the game, having that extra talent, that strategic depth, can make all the difference. So stay tuned, Chiefs fans. Keep your eyes on the news, on the rumors, and on the roster updates. Because what's happening right now could very well define the next chapter in the Kansas City Chiefs' storied history. Remember, this team has always been about innovation, resilience, and a relentless desire to win. And with moves like acquiring Kmaet, they're proving once again that they're not just content with past success. They're aiming for more, and they're doing everything they can to make it happen. And now, Kansas City Chiefs fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you believe Kmaet is the perfect fit? Are you excited about the future of the tight end position? Or do you think the Chiefs should look elsewhere? Whatever your thoughts, we want to know this is your team, your passion, your moment. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Kansas City Chiefs news. Thanks for being here, and as always, let's keep the passion alive, Chiefs Kingdom.